Hello, I'm Lynn Wells. Welcome to my home. This is Our State Supper Club. Today I'm going to be making chicken pot pie. January is the perfect time of year to sit in the den by the fire and flip through those old cookbooks. You know, the ones with the spiral bound from the churches or the women's leagues. What's so special is there's a story behind each recipe. So today's chicken pot pie is reminiscent of the past. The first step is I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter to the hot skillet and let that melt down. Then I'm going to add chopped celery and chopped onion and saute for about 5 minutes or until the celery and onion are slightly soft. I'm going to remove those from the pan and place in a bowl. Add 3 tablespoons of butter to the same skillet and heat on medium. When the butter melts, I'm going to whisk in 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and continue whisking until the butter and flour are well combined. I'm going to increase the heat and slowly pour in 3/4 cup of chicken stock. And I'm going to stir that around until the flour and the chicken stock start to cook and are well blended. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of heavy cream and continue whisking until all ingredients are well combined. I'm going to add a little bit more chicken stock just to thin it out so that we'll have a nice creamy gravy inside the chicken pot pie. Now I'm going to add freshly cracked black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of ground sage, and 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley leaves. Now that we have our seasoned sauce, I'm going to add the celery and onion back into the skillet. As the sauce begins to thicken, I'm going to add 2 pounds of cooked chicken, chopped or shredded. I'll give this a good stir and then salt to taste. I'm using a pack of refrigerated pie crust, which contains 2 crusts, 1 bottom and 1 top. And I just roll it out, place it in my pie pan. So I'm going to just lightly press this and make sure that it's even and we don't have more dough on one end versus the other. And I'm just going to use my fingers to lightly press this in. And now we're ready to fill our base crust. So it is full to the brim. And what I'm going to do before I add on the top crust is I'm going to place this on a baking sheet, because if it does bubble over, you won't have a mess in your oven. Now I'm just going to unroll the second dough and I'm going to place it right on top, sort of eyeball it to make sure I'm even. And then I'm just going to come in, and there's lots of different ways that you can crimp a pie crust. So now that I've got the top crust on top and crimped around the edges, I'm going to come in with a small sharp paring knife and just make an X in the center, and that will allow the steam to escape while it bakes. Now I'm going to brush a slightly beaten large egg over the top crust, which will make it golden brown as it bakes in the oven, and bake it for 50 to 60 minutes. Oh, I see the guests have arrived. Let's go welcome them in. Good to see you.
Yeah, oh my goodness. This was so
Of course, this is a great way to start the new year. That's the layered lettuce salad, so you sort of have to kind of dig the tongs in and twirl a little bit. So I'm just going to set this right here. Beautiful. That pretty chicken pot pie. All right, so y'all are in for a treat. This is one of my favorite desserts from way, way back. Remember the old Coca-Cola cakes? So this is sort of like Rocky Road cake meet Coca-Cola cake. So to see the full recipe, visit ourstate.com using the link below. You can also subscribe to Our State magazine to get recipes like this in your mailbox every month. Well, it's been another successful supper club. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.